And so it was scary because I had two people telling me two different things that were very close to me, very important to me. And I was like, I'm just going to go for it. And I'm going to go for it when people were telling me I shouldn't be going for it. And that was scary. It was really scary at that time. Yeah. That was probably the hardest thing I went through as a business, in my business career.
Hey there, design enthusiast. Welcome to Inside the Design Studio, the podcast where we unravel threads of life and design. I'm your host, David Peck, your guide through the cosmic wonders, the tangible touches, and the delightful twists of creating a life you absolutely love. Today's episode is a special peek into my eclectic toolbox, the secret weapons I use to design a life that's as vibrant as my creations. So grab your metaphorical sketchpad and let's dive into the art of intentional living.
I've heard your story in bits and pieces over the years, but I don't think I've ever heard like the whole thing. But the reason we're all here tonight is because we're celebrating your debut at Paris Haute Couture Fashion Week.
Yes.
Which is very exciting. In the video, I think you can see one of the posters behind us, but we've got your beautiful jewelry here in the store. So it's exciting. Mm-hmm. I've lived in Paris and I just know how much fun I had attending.
Yes.
And working behind the scenes in shows, but then you got to present your work for the first time in Paris, so congratulations to you.
Yeah, thank you.
But we'll get there. So going back to the very beginning, what did you study in school? What did you think you wanted to be when you grew up?
Well, I thought I wanted to be an attorney because I really didn't know what I wanted to do, but I was big into ballet and business. So I started in business. And I love the arts. So I was doing like performing and I was in a company for ballet and I was showing horses. And so I loved like performing, but business, because I had no idea what I wanted to do.
Okay. But somehow I know at some point you ended up as a flight attendant. How did that happen?
Well, I had a job offer, a really good job offer, and I wasn't ready to grow up. And I started sculpting with my grandfather. I know. Nobody wants to grow up. I still don't want to grow up. I'm like, that's not any fun. But I wasn't ready to grow up. So I thought I would be a flight attendant, travel the world, and then go corporate with Continental. That's how old I am. With Gordon Bethune, because he took the company from last to first. I thought he was a really good CEO. And I wanted to be in corporate America with him and then just travel. So that was the goal. Yeah.
Well, we kind of had that in common because my dad was a pilot for Continental.
That's right. Yes,
so,
that's right.
I'm sure at some point you guys crossed paths.
Probably.
Yeah. So you were doing, and if I remember the story correctly, you thought that your lanyards were a little boring.
Yeah.
So tell us about that.
So I was on a layover in Milwaukee, which I thought was not very fun. It wasn't like Cancun or New York or somewhere.
It was mostly a layover.
Right.
Milwaukee has some lovely places.
Right. And I mean, no offense to anybody from Milwaukee.
But it's not a good place for a layover.
It's not a good, exactly. Yeah. So I started making these lanyards out of Michael's plastic beads.
So exactly what you're doing now.
Literally the same thing. No. God, no. But yeah, and because I wanted to wear something pretty, because I grew up at a private not all girls, but it was a private Catholic school. There was one boy in our grade, so almost. But we had the same uniforms and it was boring. So I'd always accessorize with my jewelry, or I'd have a guest jacket on because that was really cool, guest. And so accessorizing with the uniform, having to be a flight attendant, wearing the same uniform. So that was kind of a way to have something beautiful and different. And I started just out of boredom making lanyards out of plastic beads from Michael's. And I was in the crew room and somebody was like, "Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. Where did you get that?" And I'm like, "Oh, I made them." And I grabbed a wad out of my crew bag. And it was like a shark frenzy. They were like, "I want this and I want this." And it was and they asked how much it was, and I had no idea because I wasn't planning on selling any. I was just going to give them to all my friends. I was like, $10? And they were like, "Yes." And they, every single one of them was gone. And so my grandfather was a sculptor, and I'd been sculpting with him. I went to art school in Mexico and San Miguel de Allende, and it's kind of started in jewelry a little bit, but it really, took off. It was a full, explosion of, career going, I don't know, 9-0 after that.
So how did you go from making lanyards out of Michael's
How does that?
doing actual jewelry?
Well, okay, so I went to art school.
Yeah.
I started everything
But
I
how did
made.
you- okay, so
Like, how do you go from the plastic and then like,
well, that, but then also going back because you studied business, but how did you go to art school in all middle of all that?
okay, so that was afterwards. Like, I'd been to art school in Mexico.
Okay.
When I went to when I was living in San Miguel de Allende, I was in art school.
Okay.
And then before that, I was studying sculpting with my grandfather,
Okay.
who stuffs in front of like Energy, like here in Houston, and you know, whatever.
Kinda well.
Yeah. And so I had that passion and that love, like for the arts at that point. And I really wasn't interested in like just business focused, you know? So anyways, what did I do? Okay, so I started, like everything I made, I reinvested into more expensive gemstones. So like instead of doing plastic beads, then I would go get like carnelian and peridot and like started going into the semi-precious, doing like lanyards and bracelets. And then it literally like everything I made 100% went back into just reinvesting in better stuff.
Yeah.
And then eventually it was silver and then gold and then diamonds and like it was a really like heavy progression. So I was living off like ramen and like Tostino chips with cheese on them. I'm like, literally, I was like, but I mean, when I first got started, I was driving a used Mazda. I was very proud of it. A used Mazda.
My first car was Mazda.
Was it really?
It's a 929.
Oh my gosh. That's so awesome.
Had heated seats and moonroof. I thought
You were big time.
Yeah.
Like you're big time. Yeah. So, and I was like stressing out. This was like after 9/11 happened. And so I took the company offered leave of absence. And I was like on my own and I was like struggling. Like I was like stressed to pay like $600 a month rent.
Yeah.
But like I did everything into the jewelry. So like everything I did was like purely 100% back into my company. And it like, there were some people who wanted to help me. And they're like, oh, I'm friends with like Faith Ford and Kelly Ripa, and you need to be on the Faith and Ford, you know, the Hope and Faith show. So I started designing for like Kelly Ripa, Faith Ford, Megan Fox, like the first year. And then it was like, I hired a publicist, Katie Storino. Y'all can Google her. She has like, I don't know, 1 million followers almost now. But I was her first client when she went like, she was working for corporate America and then she went like on her own. And so she got my jewelry on the cover of like You Trend magazine. It was my necklace and a passport. Like that was huge because that was like Women's Wear Daily. Like,
Yeah.
And then in the New York Times and like Elle and Harper's and then Jessica Alba and like Bobby Brown was buying it off of photo shoots and it happened really fast.
So how did you know? So you're in many ways a self-taught. You didn't go, you went to art school.
Oh, I did go to art school in the middle of that.
Okay, so you kind of went
Yep.
and got some training.
I did.
So that you knew what you were doing.
And I trained with like a really great metalsmith and
Cool.
yeah, a
You were-
well-known one.
While you were building your business, you were going back and
Mhm.
helping your craft and like,
Mhm.
figuring out how. And at one point, so like it was 9/11, which I think was a pivotal point for many people.
Yeah.
It was the reason why my parents left Ohio and came
Mhm.
to Texas while I was moving to Paris. It was such a big turning point. Did that feel like sort of a kismet? It was like the stars aligning where you're like, this is the time where I think I believe in myself enough to do this? Or were you still kind of like, really, like, I'm not sure what I'm doing?
I was not sure at all. Like, I mean, there was, you know, I was 22 years old, 23 years old. I like was delivering puppies. Like I like literally was doing jewelry, delivering puppies and believe it or not, doing Advocare. Like I was like, well, I'm just going to like throw everything at the board and see what sticks kind of thing.
At the wall.
Yeah, totally, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like I didn't do that very long. I mean, it was like I won a trip to Paris, which is really random on Advocare. And I did that for like, I don't know, maybe a year. But then the jewelry just like, it was like I would try to put it down. I like had this thing where it's like, I'm going to be a missionary in Africa. And I have 2 South African friends here, which is really awesome. But I was like, I thought that was like what you do. Like, I was like, oh, I'm going to go be a missionary in Africa and like help people and like do good and like bring clean water to Africa. I don't know. I mean, I had good intentions, but then it was just like, nope. And like the business just took off. I mean, it really did. It took off.
So did it come to a point where you felt like I have to make a decision to kind of like put all these other ideas
Oh, yeah.
my life could be?
Oh, yeah.
When did that come for you?
Very fast. I would say once I started doing jewelry, maybe 9 months. I mean, it was really fast because it was like, it was so it was just like, it just kind of went out of control, like busy. I was working 14-hour days, 6 days a week. I mean, I was literally working jewelry so much. And I think it's really like, it's like people see like you and I, and like we've had this really amazing, successful, crazy, cool career. But like the beginning, the hours we put into it, the blood, sweat, and tears, the fear too, because you're putting everything out there on the line. You know, I mean, you're vulnerable because you're like creating and like it's up for judgment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's like a scary thing, especially for a young person to like go through. But yeah.
So at that time, were you doing mostly custom or like one of a kind pieces, or what was your line looking like at that point?
At that point, it was really like, it was just things that I liked that were pretty. And there was like no set anything. Whatever I thought was pretty, it's pretty.
It sparkled.
If it sparkled, yes. I mean, yeah.
So like,
And I
what's
did.
your favorite color?
Glitter is my favorite color. And I got invited to do like a show in LA. You know, Charles Barkley's wife came in for it, and some other people from New York who had been on like a lot different shows. You know, that kind of was like a fun, I think Lisa worked that. Remember that? Okay, Lisa was there. But yeah, I mean, that was like very fast, like very early on. I mean, there were just so many things that just kept.
So you were just making stuff. You didn't have an idea.
I did.
I'm going to make a collection. And it's going to be this
Right.
cohesive thought, and it's going to be
No.
this thing. It was just I'm making.
Until I got into the stores, which was really fast. And then they all wanted a collection. So I was designing for a season, seasonally. But the thing is that like, it wasn't like, it didn't really make me happy. It didn't fill my passion. Like it didn't make me feel good about like what I was doing. Like, I mean, I liked it and I enjoyed it, but it felt very regimented. And I'm too much of a gypsy, I guess. I just want to like design what I feel like when I feel like it kind of thing.
You're like, I like that stone. It's going to be.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. And actually, Lisa, one of my besties over here from 4th grade, there was somebody called Danny Johnson, and she was like a coach for businesses. And I started listening to her. And one of the big things that she taught was like spend 80% of your time on your top 20%. And I was spending 90% of my time on my bottom 20%. Yeah. And it was like,
I will say for a lot of creative people, that feels very natural. That
right.
It's like flipping that is hard.
Very hard. Because it's a leap of faith, you know? Like I was selling couture as faster than I was selling fashion jewelry. I mean, the couture was like flying off, but I was focusing so much on fashion for the stores because they had to have their set, you know, I want my seven bracelets in this price point. Exactly. The 12 necklaces, and they would have like kind of a quota of what they wanted me to fill for a collection, which is understandable. Yeah. But it wasn't like as creative. There wasn't as much liberty in my creativity to like kind of just, if I didn't feel like designing bracelets that day, I didn't, you know, like I could kind of do what I wanted to do. But that's when I pulled out of stores in 2012 where like I will do an appearance, you know, like guest appearances here and there. But I bought a studio in River Oaks and really we're appointment only and design it's all by appointment and it's private and it's been really fun and I love it.
Yeah, I think you excel at that because you can really, like when you look at your collection, I can see that it all hangs together because it all feels very you, but all of the pieces are so individual. And you can see that the stone itself inspired the design in many ways. It's like I could create this with this stone and like I can transform it or make it like, but because I was thinking we met basically at the end of your wholesale career because we met in Atlanta.
Yep, I remember that.
Both live here.
Yeah.
At Tootsie's. And I remember the salesperson saying, you need to meet this person like Jill. And we hit it off. And that was, I think, 13 years.
Really? That was 13 years ago. Wow.
Because I think it was a spring collection. So it would have been like,
fall.
So it must have been the fall of like 11.
Yeah.
Because you were.
That was like towards the very end of,
Yeah. Because I remember like there were several like regional department stores. We would end up being at the same ones. For various reasons at the same time. Like I remember one time we were like in Tulsa or some random.
Yeah. Was that Ballet?
Yes.
I remember that. Yeah. So, that was it. I love that store too.
Yeah. No, and there were so many
great stores. Like great people and great stores too.
Wholesale is hard.
It is hard.
It's a special brain to be able to do that.
Right. Right. And I'm like, I wouldn't be where I am today without my wholesale clients, like without the stores. So like, I'm so eternally grateful for that, you know, but it did allow for me to build a platform to have the clientele, to build the name, to build the recognition in that. So
I think one thing that has been really impressive as I watch what you do is obviously the designs are really beautiful, but you've really built a community of people who believe in your work. And a lot of it goes back to Kerrville, like, you know, where you're from. What is it that kind of keeps bringing you back to Kerrville? Because you have a home there still, and you know you have this incredible group of people who continue to support you on every level. How do you foster that? How, is it just come naturally?
totally. It's like, I mean, if you've spent time in Kerrville, like our community and the people, I mean, I've been there since I was 3. They're literally like every person you meet is like for like the group of women that, you know, we're surrounded with. It's so for each other. Like, I mean, you're each other's cheerleader, you know, like if you're going through cancer, you're on their, you know, you're knocking on their door, you know, like whatever. It's just such a genuinely really incredible community. Like it's really unlike anything I've ever. And I mean, but I have here in Houston too. So like I'm torn because like I love my Kerrville people and like I've known them for so long, but like I have a really awesome memorial and Houston group too.
Yeah.
Not, I mean, not just memorial, but yeah,
Yeah.
that I love so much.
Yeah. And I think it's I don't know, you can tell how much people love you and love your work and want to support you, which is, I think, lovely to see. And as somebody who is creative, you kind of need that validation. I mean, you need the money too, so people keep buying. Like, don't just.
I mean,
Yeah.
yes, true. Yeah. Yeah.
All of it works together. So I know you've had a lot of ups and downs, and so like it, you know, when you see the surface level of your story, it's like this meteoric rise, and I know it's not that.
No.
So like, what have been the hardest times to get through? Whether it's personally or business or both, or like, did they tie? You know, sometimes they tie together.
Wow, that's a hard question. I mean, there's like different seasons, different phases, you know, like different things you're going through. Like the hardest thing, I'll be honest with you, like when I first got started, as far as my career goes, that was the hardest thing I ever did was getting started. Because it was like the way I would describe it, because I was all in. Like literally, like I went all in. Like everything I owned, everything all on the table, you know, cards, you know. And the way to describe it, I think it's Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. I could be getting it wrong, but it's like this leap of faith where like Harrison Ford, he's like running and gets to the end of this ledge and like he's looking at this map and there's like, it's supposed to be a bridge and he's like looking down and it's terrifying because like if you take a step, you're dead, you know? And like he took the step and then ran across the bridge. That's literally when I got my start, I was so terrified to just put myself out there and like actually go for my dream because that's so I had one set of families saying like, why would you leave the airlines? That's job security. Like, why would you ever do that? And then I had another set of family that was like, follow your passion, follow your dreams, creativity, like go wherever your creativity is. And so I had like 2 different, it was like the rich dad's, what is it? Rich dad, poor dad kind of thing. And so it was scary because I had 2 people telling me 2 different things that were very close to me, very important to me. And I was like, I'm just going to go for it. And I'm going to go for it when people were telling me I shouldn't be going for it. And that was scary. It was really scary at that time. That was probably the hardest thing I went through as a business, in my business career. The best thing, can I say the best thing I've gone through in my business career has been my team.
You have a good team.
The best team. I have the best team. I mean, I really do. Like I've laid my life down for those girls. They're awesome. Like I really do have the best team on earth. Like make me cry. Aww. So yeah. So like, I mean, going to work and like, it's a joy. Like it really is a joy.
So with all of this, like part of the whole purpose of this podcast is to talk to creative people who have thought outside the box, and whether they're a designer like you or they're an author or an artist or whatever, what are the little pieces or little practices that you put in your life that allow creativity to happen? So do you have like a daily practice or a weekly practice, or is there something that you keep returning to that keeps you grounded, that allows the creativity to flow? Travel
is huge for me. Like getting outside of my mind, so to speak, like if I can put myself in a situation that I'm not normally like, cause like we can get into our daily routine of things. and it can kind of be monotonous. To be able to break that and like kind of like clear the head and like just see things from a different perspective and going into the world with curiosity. I feel like that's really important. So like just looking at like light fixtures and like barrier chains and things like that you would never think of that could be like jewelry inspiration. I mean, there were a lot of things in Paris. We were just there that was very much jewelry inspiration that I was like, okay, wait, I got to take pictures and like notes because I want to bring this into like a collection because it was really beautiful and it spoke to me. So I would say travel is really important. And then like we go to the ranch and like just getting away from the noise, like, and just like kind of being grounded. That's, I mean, I love riding. I love my horse, you know, I mean, I love getting away and just like, you know, looking at the cows or taking walks with our dogs or things like that. That helps my mind. Like when I'm not thinking, I do my best thinking. That's what my husband always says. Like, you know, it's like when it comes in, like I'll wake up and I'll dream jewelry and I'll be like, oh gosh, I need to write that down, you know, because it's like the inspo. I'm sure you probably do too. Yeah. With clothes. Yeah.
Yeah, it comes in the most inopportune time.
Totally. And you're like, oh, wait, that was really cool. I don't want to forget that one. Yeah.
You could only have a printer attached to your brain.
Oh my gosh.
That might be scary.
Yeah, true.
What is the thing right now in your life that you're trying to optimize? Is it a part of your business? Is it a part of your personal life? Like, what is the thing that you're really trying to like make happen?
You know, I'm in a season right now where like focusing on relationships is really, really important to me. Being present, you know, showing up, being, you know, trying to bring joy when, you know, in little things. Like, I feel like that's something like being mindful about being caring and kind and loving.
Being more in the moment.
Yeah.
Being there for people.
Yeah. Truly being there for somebody. Yeah.
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 Which I feel like, I mean, part of one of the reasons we're here tonight is that being from Kerrville, if nobody's watched the news, Kerrville has been in the news this year for horrific reasons.
Yeah.
And you have done a lot to help support the people. So what has it been like this year, especially, and like dealing? I know that's a loaded question.
What has it been like?
I feel like I want to be open, just make people cry. So I'm going to ask you anyway. So like, yeah, what has it been like?
I mean, okay, so July was like extreme career high designing for Haute Couture Paris runway.
Yeah, because all of this happened when you were in Paris.
With Lisa and Rachel. And Kelly came and it was so hard. It was so hard on a level I can't even explain. I mean, 2 days before the runway show, I mean, we're getting the calls. Was it 2 days before? Yeah, 2 days before. And then we had the dress fittings the next day, and I was just like a zombie, like for the fittings. I mean, we're outfitting all the models with the jewelry in this little room. I mean, it was just like it was so hard because I had people calling. Do you know where this? You know, it was like, do you know where this person is? Do you know if this person is live? Okay, well, this is the rumor, and I'm texting my friends at Camp Mystic, and you know, my dad's daughter, you know, like my dad's, like one of his agents, his daughter was missing, and then there was rumors that they had found her. And so then that put a whole tailspin, and I'm like, well, the news is reporting that, you know, she ended up passing away. I mean, it was just like, there was so much chaos going on at that point, and our ranch is on the Guadalupe River. So like, I was worried about people out at the ranch. I mean, like there was just, we had friends, and yeah, I mean, it was really hard because we lost a lot. It devastated our community.
Yeah. Both physically and the lives lost.
And we need to, I mean, it was like, we knew a lot of people.
Yeah. And juggling that, I think it's really hard because I don't know if you would consider Paris a career high, but I mean, it
was a career high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're in this moment where this is the thing I've been like, doing. It's like the epitome of like fashion and Paris and runway. And it's not just like Fashion Week, it's a couture week, and like all of these things, it's Ballet to Tokyo, like it's incredible. And then you're having to deal with like, this is my life and these people I care about.
Right.
Like holding those two things in contrast.
It was so bizarre. It was really bizarre. I mean, it's just to like have both those things simultaneously going on at the same time. Yeah, it was hard. I mean, it was really hard. It was very exciting and an incredible experience. But it was like you were carrying so much. So yeah.
And it's a hard thing to compartmentalize.
Yeah.
As much as you want to be in the moment.
Yeah.
You're saying it's being in the moment.
Yeah.
As much as you want to be. knowing that that is kind of like playing in the background and like this wonderful thing you're experiencing is not what's going on at home. It's hard.
It was hard.
So since then, like how has it been? Like, I mean, I know that like recovery from trauma is not easy. And, and it's still present. Like, we're still living with the devastation that's there. Like, you know.
Oh yeah.
It's not like it's over and done with. So what are the things that you're hearing from your friends and family at home that like is still like weighing so heavily on the community?
I mean, it's like there's a lot. There's a lot still. One thing that is like, you know, you have first responder fatigue. So a lot of these people, and like one best friend from 4th grade included, like doing so much on like such a constant basis of helping other people that like you literally at the end of the day, there's nothing left to give because you're like depleted, completely depleted. So a lot of burnout. There's like so many people helping so much burnout. I was out at Camp Mystic on, what's today? I was there on Friday, and there was like a whole team. There were people from California, from Central America, and there was like a whole team. They were putting up sheetrock, and like I've been out there a few times, and so it was like people from all over the world were coming in, like literally all over the world, like definitely all over the U.S., like showing up, putting up sheetrock, clearing debris. Like the community, it was like blown away how much has been done. But, you know, the first month and a half, like going into Kerrville, it was like, if you like cracked a joke and you're like, oh, I laughed. And they're like you kind of, because it was like, there was so much heaviness in the community. And now I feel like finally, like it's starting to slowly lift. Like saying like the Callows did like in Kerrville, like they want to do a Christmas store because they're like, we need something happy to get people to like look forward to. And so like, I was there shopping, and you know the community needs like shoppers, by the way, because like it's been hit really hard. So I'm happy to oblige.
Well done, you.
Well done, me. Yes.
Okay.
So yeah.
So all that aside, and sort of like, well, not even really aside, it's this ever-present thing that you're going through. What you told me today is that you've been invited back to Paris to tell us about.
I did.
Tell us all about it, because you were in Paris this summer.
Yeah.
You were just in Paris a week ago-ish.
Yes. Kelly had a group. We got to go to Kobe Halperin's runway show.
For Ngaro, right?
Well, Kobe. It was his first show for Kobe, not Ngaro.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. So it was really exciting. Like he had his big show, and it was at Karl Lagerfeld's old house, and it was like gorgeous.
Cool. I'm reading
the excitement.
Right now.
Are you really? I love it. That's awesome. But I mean, the buzz, just the excitement, and like the fashion. The fashion was mind blowing. Like, it's like you're waiting in line, and like, it was like the most incredible thing to watch the people attending the fashion show. And then of course the fashion show. No, that was amazing. It was absolutely like a dream come true. Amazing. And then so we went and saw Steven, who designs with Fan Wee, and they invited us back to design for January for Haute Couture. And I was like, Rachel is having a baby, and my wonderful office director is like literally having a baby any day. It could be tonight. Yeah. So I didn't want to do.
I don't see her.
She's gone. She could be in labor now. We don't know. Yeah, no, she's. So I would love to come back. I'm not. It's a team effort, and so I'm like, I got invited. It's so much work to get it done, right? And so then, like, hopefully maybe in July.
Cool.
So I'm like asking for a pass for January, like a very humble, grateful thank you for January. And then maybe like, so that's the next thing in the works. But I did get officially invited back. So that was nice. Yeah, it's very exciting.
Okay, so now comes the point in the show. There's 22 questions.
Okay.
So don't overthink them.
Okay.
Except for maybe the last one. You can give that a little bit of thought.
Okay.
It's just going to be rapid fire. So when are you most yourself? Morning, afternoon, or midnight?
Oh my gosh. Afternoon?
Afternoon? Okay. One tiny daily ritual you guard.
Brushing my teeth.
There could be worse. Your current anthem in one word.
Oh, in my mouth guard.
Oh, okay.
I have to have my mouth guard. Okay.
Current anthem in one word.
Love.
What are you optimizing for right now? We kind of went over this, but
relationships. Being present. Yeah.
A belief you've retired.
Perfection.
Good one. Favorite humble tool of your craft under $20. What's the thing you can't live without?
Oh, my craft. My pencil.
Pencil?
I mean, drawing.
A constraint you keep on purpose.
I have no idea. I don't know.
You're like, what constraints?
Exactly. I'm like, we forget constraints.
More is more.
Yeah, more is more.
A risk you're glad you took. 5 words.
5 words. Okay. Well, like going for couture, like going where like I really was drawn to design and going for it.
Cool. A place that resets you.
The ranch.
A comfort rewatch or reread.
Pride and Prejudice.
Reading or watching.
Both.
Cool.
I like.
What movie version?
Oh my gosh. All of them? I don't know. I like all Jane Austen.
Okay, me too.
So,
I just finished her biography.
oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so yeah.
Jane Austen.
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. And Bath, we were in Bath.
Oh,
And like that was just so cool because you like get to, I don't know,
See
love
her
it.
world.
Yes, it was so
and the pump room. Did you go to the pump room?
the museum.
At the end of the Roman baths, you can have tea at the pump
Oh
room.
yeah. We did the Roman baths. I don't remember the pump room.
Yeah, it's at the end. They have live music.
I don't know. My husband is kind of like, all right, we did it.
He was like,
Check the box. I like we
the
made.
costume museum there is amazing.
Yes, that was
Very
that was
good.
very cool. And the cheese factory. Oh my God, the wheels of cheese. I was really stupid. I bought a wheel of cheese and I'm like, oh, because Jeff loves cheese. And I was like, this is the best cheese I've ever had. Well, it doesn't last that long. So there was that. So then,
More to eat while you're there.
exactly. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
A sound you love.
Our turkey gobbling on the river.
Sound-
They roost in the river.
A sound you loathe.
I don't know. Is somebody screaming at me? I guess
I'll try.
kids screaming. I don't know.
Word you overuse.
Like,
A word you wish we used more.
I don't know, something like proper and like English.
Yes.
There you go. There you go.
Finish this. Done is better than
Incomplete.
recent no that's made a room for a bigger yes.
A recent no. Okay. This is hard. Okay. Recent no that is.
Turned into a bigger yes. What have you said no to that you're like, I'm glad I said
Well,
no?
probably going to be Paris Fashion Week in January.
Cool.
And I have a feeling because
It's gonna be bigger and better next
Yeah.
July.
Yeah.
Cool. I have an imaginary board of people
Okay.
that advise me. What's one person that you would add to your imaginary board?
my grandfather, Jill Reno, the sculptor.
How do you take your coffee or tea?
Oh, I like it with Trader Joe's almond. They have like a really good creamer. No sugar, but like
No, I
it's
know what you mean.
really good.
Very
I buy it like 5 at a time and I put it in the freezer.
Very good. What do you collect on purpose or an accident?
I love sterling silver antique pieces. So like I collect old pretty silver, like
Very-
antique silver. Yeah.
If your life were a cocktail, what's in it?
Piss and vinegar. Just kidding.
Sounds so good.
Like,
I think
there's-
you are Hemingway.
I don't know. There's a lot in the cocktail. Where does it begin? I don't know. Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
have to be in it.
The
Yeah.
whole thing.
The whole thing. Yeah, there's a lot in that story. Yeah.
The whole Top Chef.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Favorite swear word or your PG-13 alternative? It doesn't matter. We can swear on this podcast. It's okay.
I mean, Lisa, Rachel, Kelly, shit.
Shit. Yeah.
Shut the fuck.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. Shut the fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
So last one, you can think a little bit more on this one if you want. A 5-minute action listeners in our audience can kind of do today to make their life more purposefully designed.
Purposefully designed. Well, that's very strategic. I mean, I believe in God. So I'm like a big relational person, like not religious, but spiritual. Does that make sense? So I don't know, like taking the time to like center back and like go through forgiveness and like forgiving others and being loving and caring and present and all those things and like kind of getting filled up inside. Definitely. And like being at peace and like, okay, so this is something that I felt like God told me not that long, like yesterday, literally yesterday morning. It was like a vase, you know, a beautiful vase holds these beautiful flowers. And I felt like God just said, hold space for my beauty. And I was like, that's so cool. Like that, but that's actually like an action, like a little bit, because like it can be choked up with weeds. Life can be like hard things can come in, but like creating space, holding space for God's beauty. And then I felt like he was like, I'll keep refilling the flowers, the vase, like, but make space for God's beauty in our life. That's it.
On that note, thank you very much
On that note, yeah.
for being inside the design studio with us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you inviting me.
Cool.
Yay. Okay.
And there you have it, another episode of Inside the Design Studio in the books. If you enjoyed this exploration of life's design, hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. And hey, if you're feeling extra generous, leave us a review. Your thoughts fuel our creative journey. I'm David Peck, your design companion on this adventure. Until next time, keep crafting a life that's as captivating as your favorite masterpiece.